So quadratic function has the form y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So where this a cannot be 0, so this a should not be equal to 0. So we should always have the x squared. So this can be something like y equal to 2x squared plus 3x plus 5, or maybe y equal to minus x squared plus 2x, or y equal to x squared plus 5. So all these are quadratic equations. As you can see, they all have the x squared as the highest power. So how do we sketch this quadratic equation in the quadratic function in the graph? So sign of a. So the sign of this a always tell us whether the curve open upwards or downwards. So so what we have is that if a is greater than 0, then we will expect to have this it will U shape, and if a is less than 0, we'll have this kind of sad face, and this is the smiley face, we'll have N shape. So that's the first step. Whenever you are given a quadratic function, look at the sign of the a. If it is positive, like for instance here it is 2, we know it is U shape. So here is 2, we know it's U shape. Here it's minus 1, because it has negative, we know it is N shape. So the next is to find the turning point. The turning points, which are also called also called the vertex, is basically the maybe the lowest point. If it is U-shaped, that is this point or this point here. So either the highest point or the lowest point here. That is where the curve turns. So after we find that, the next step is where they show where the curve cross the vertical axis, and we show where the point where the curve meet the horizontal axis. So this just like say, this line is not straight. Let me write it. Yeah, I couldn't. Let me try. Sorry. So suppose this is our line. So what we are saying is that suppose you have a curve like this. So this implies, if you have this implies that a is greater than 0, because it's U-shape and the turning point is here. So it's at this point where the symmetry turn, and the two the y-intercept is here, where this curve cross the y-axis. So this is the y-intercept, and the x-intercept are these points where it crossed the x-axis. Remember, this are x-axis, this are y-axis. So these are the x, and this is x-intercept where it crosses the x. This also x-intercept, and this is our vertex. This is our turning point. So the moment so if you find all these 4 things, then we can easily sketch the quadratic function. So in this example, we want to sketch the quadratic function y equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8. So to do this is first we have to look at the sign. What is our a? So in this problem, our a equal to, let's 1, the coefficient of x. Remember, y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So a is 1, b is 6, and c is equal to 8. So our first step is to see if a is positive, greater than or less than 0. So our first step, or step 1, is done. A is equal to 1 and is greater than 0. So we know we have a U shape. So the second step is to find the turning point. To find the turning point, we have to find our vertex. So we find h. The formula for h is the value of x where we have the lowest point. So our h will be so that is x, that is the x-axis to the symmetry. So our h formula is minus b over 2a. So minus b over 2a, and what is our b is 6, so it's minus 6 over 2a. So this is 2 times 1, and this is minus 6 over 2, which is minus 3. So we have our h. So, and to find the vertex, we know that, so for instance, if we have the graph like this, we know that the turning point here is at minus 3 here. So it's at minus 3, that is the center of the curve. But we need to know what is its length along the y-axis. So we just substitute this y. So we just substitute h in y equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8. So we'll have y equal to, instead of x, we'll have minus 3 square plus 6. Then here we'll have minus 3 plus 8. And this will give us minus 3 square is 9. This is minus 6 times 3 is minus 18 plus 8. And if we add this, we'll get, I think, we'll get, is it minus 1? Because 9 minus 18 is minus 9 plus 8. So we'll have minus 1. So our y here is minus 1. So our vertex or our turning point is at minus 3 and minus 1. So let me, I think, try to write the graph. So maybe you have a graph like this. Zero, maybe minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Maybe this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. So we find that we have a u-shape and our vertex is at minus 3 and minus 1. So our vertex is at this minus 3 and minus 1, so it's somewhere here. X is minus 3, y is minus 1. X, this y-axis. So, and we'll have a u-shape. So then after we find the vertex, the next is find the y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, we just let y-intercept is just our c, if you remember, it's just our c. And if you compare this, our c is 8. So c equal to 8. So our y-intercept is 8. So yeah, I think I have to write this graph longer. So let me write this 4, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's here. So that's where the line crosses the y-axis. And now the last is to find where the line crosses the x-axis. So we find this point here. So to find the next step, so we finish all our first step, we finish the second step, we find the vertex, we finish this. Now it's to find the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, we just say let y to be equal to 0. So we'll have 0 equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8. To solve this, we just look for numbers that if you multiply them, we will get let me split this like this. If you multiply them, we will get 8, we'll get this 8, and if you add them, we'll get 3. And if you look at, we'll get 6. If you look at this number, are 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and 4 plus 2 is 6. So then if we have this, then we can just write this as 0 equal to, then we just say x plus 4 and x plus 2. So we can just write x, and the first one is 4 plus bracket x plus 2. And if we have this, we can just say 0 equal to x plus 4, x plus 2. This one we can just write it as x plus 4 equal to 0, or this x plus 2 equal to 0. And from this one, if you subtract 4 from both sides, we have x equal to minus 4. and from this one x equal to minus 2. So we got our point. So this is our x-intercept. Then that's all. So our x-intercept is at x equal to minus 4 and at x equal to minus 2. So now we can just draw our curve. We know it is U-shaped, so it will cross this, goes like this, and turn like this. So this our curve y equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8.